We are a grantee of the Homeless Female Veterans with Families, or I can recite this acronym in my sleep, HFVVWF. It took me about 6 months to recite this, but I'm really good at it now. So our outreach, I feel that Swords does an amazing job at recruiting women veterans into our programs. We do have a women's veterans coordinator that works out of our policy department and part of our community education and training. Through that program, they hold events for women veterans, both in the professional field. We hold women's art events every year. So we're very much connected to the women veterans in the Bay Area. And we do not have specific women veteran jobs available. And so it's interesting when I get asked, how do you work with women vets? I work with them the same way I work with every single vet, honestly. And I think a lot of it has to do with the way that we treat every single vet that walks into the door, meaning that you're not a homeless vet, you are a vet. You're not a female or woman vet, you're a vet. And so I think that makes all the difference in the world, is we don't ring the bells when a woman veteran walks in the door or when a veteran with families walks in the door. It's like, okay, it's going to be a very one-on-one, client-centered intake and conversation, but your needs may be very different than the vet sitting right next to you in the lobby. Our recruiting efforts have a lot to do with the services that we provide and the satisfaction that these veterans are walking out of our agency with. And I think most of my counterparts around this table with me today can attest that word of mouth can either be a really good advertising piece or a very negative advertising piece. And so I think it's very important that your programs do what they say they're going to do, and that you're not making any promises to individuals. And I think more so with women veterans is that there could be that stigma of the VA and their experience in the military. And so we are extremely cautious that we are not pushing this military based programming and put tattoo your DD-214 on your forehead because you're a vet. Everyone interprets being a veteran differently. These are individuals that are coming in seeking services to help themselves and help their families. I call it the window of opportunity. And so your window of opportunity is, before that veteran gets housed, you need to enroll him or her into your DL Vets program so they meet eligibility criteria of being homeless. And so they can be working in two departments at the same time. And so this is our strategy on helping that transition of working with veterans, especially veterans with families and women veterans, is getting them enrolled into SSVF rapid rehousing services at the same time they're going through the DL Vets programs. And so I think that's what makes the difference, is that everyone's going to walk out of there with the services and their needs met individually versus you're going to get all of these 10 services whether you want them or not, because that's how we run the program. And I think if you're able to time it correctly and work with the veteran, I think you have all the ingredients for the recipes for success.